Good morning to all. This is Anvesh. I'm from Tripoli branch. So today I wanna say about. Today my topic is about the general agreement on the tariffs and trade of intellectual property rights subject. So let's get. So what is GATT? So the full form of GATT is a General Agreement of Tariff and Trade. So this was signed in 1943 by 23 countries, and it is a treaty minimizing barriers to the international trade by eliminating or reducing quotas, tariffs, and subsidies. And it was intended to boost economical recovery after World War II. And then that was expanded and refined over the years, leading the creation in the 1955 of the World Trade Organization, which we called as WTO. So, which was observed the organization created to implement GATT. By then, 125 nations was signatories to its agreement, which covered about 90% of the global trade. So, so, the Council for the Trade is Goods. So, it's known as a Goods Council. So, he is now responsible for the GATT and consists of representatives from all WTO members countries. The chairperson of the Goods Council is Ambassador Claire Kelly of the New Zealand, and the council has been 10 committees that addresses subjects including market access, agriculture subsidies, and anti-dumping measures. So now the key takeaways of that, the General Agreement Tariff and Trades. So the General Agreement of Tariff and Trades GATT was signed by 23 countries October 1947 after World War II, and became law on January 1, 1948. So the purpose of GATT was making the international trade easier. So its goals was to eliminate undesirable trade aspects of the previous period. So the GATT held uh, 8 rounds of the trade negotiations in total from April 1947 to December 1993, and each had significant achievements and outcomes. So in 1955, GATT was observed into the World Trade Organization, which was called as WTO, extended. So the understanding, the general agreement of tariff and trade. So the GATT was created from the rules to the end, or restricted the most costliest and undeniable feature of the pure protectionist list period, namely quantitative trade barriers such as the trade controls and codes. So the agreement also proved a system by which to attribute commercial disputes among nations. So the framework enabled a number of multi-lateral negotiations for the reduction of tariff barriers. So the GATT was regarded as a significant success in the post-war years. So the history of that. So the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, established in 1947, stand as a history milestone in the realm of the international trade. It emerged as a pivotal response to the aftermath of World War II, with the recognition that economically cooperation was imperative to rebuild nations and foster global prosperity. The primary objective of GATT was to reduce barriers to the trade, facilities economical growth, and provided a framework for international cooperation on matters related to the trade. Over the course of its existence, GATT evolved and eventually paved the formation of the World Trade Organization (WTO). The article was developed in the history of GATT, explores its key provisions, and examines its profound in the international trade. So now the GATT impact on the international trades. So the expansions of trade. So GATT efforts to reduce tariffs and trade barriers led to significant expansion of global trade between 1947 and 1994. The value of the value of world merchandise exports increased from $58 billion to $4.62 trillion. So GATT emphasizes on non-discrimination and tariff reductions facilitated greater market access for goods and services, stimulating economical growth and raising living standards worldwide. So next, the trade liberalization. The GATT's rounds of negotiation, particularly the Kennedy rounds and the Ugar- Ugarte round, played a crucial role in the trade liberalization. These negotiations is resulted in the progressive reduction of tariff on the industrial goods, agriculture products and services, making the international making the international trade more competitive and efficient. Trade liberalization under GATT fostered specialization, increased productivity, and encouraged innovations. Multi Multilateralism and stability. GATT promoted multilateralism by providing a platform for member countries to negotiate trade agreements and resolve disputes. The multilateral trade systems established by GATT encouraged cooperation and consensus building among nations by establishing rules based trade relations. GATT provided stability and predictability to the international trade, reducing uncertainty and promoting long term investments. So, developing countries that participation guard principles of non-discrimination and special and differential treatments allow developing countries to participate in the global trade on more equitable terms. Guard providing developing countries with flexibility in implementing trade policies, enabling them to protect domestic industries and pursue economic development. Guard provisions help integrated developing countries into the global trading system, fostering their economical growth and poverty reductions. So now the conclusion. The general agreement on tariff and trades played a pivotal role in promoting international trade and forecasting economical cooperation by establishing rules-based trade relations, reducing tariffs, and providing a firm for dispute settlement. GATT simulated global economical growth, expanded trade, and facilitated the integration of developing countries into the world economy. Although GATT has been succeeded by World Trade Organization WTO, its legacy continues to shape the international trade landscape and guide the principle of fair and open trade. And while GATT has given the way to the WTO, its legacy continues to the shape the global trade landscape. The principles and values enshrined in the GATT remain as a foundation of the WTO work, ensuring the spirit of open and fair trade endures. As the world continues to nativity the complexities of global economy, the lessons learned from GATT history serve as a testament to the power of international cooperation and collectively action in the forecasting fostering economic prosperity for all nations. By acknowledging and appreciating the transformative impact of GATT, we can strive for the future where trade remains as an engine of growth, fostering sustainable development and creating opportunities for the betterment of all. Its core principle of non-discrimination, tariff reduction, and dispute settlements create a stable, multi- multilateral trading system that fostered economic integration and development. So that impact was far reaching, enabling the expansion of trade, promoting trade liberalization, facilitating the participation of developing countries, and establishing a rule based framework that has guided international trade relations to this day. While GATT has given way to the WTO, its legacy continues to shape the global trade landscape. The principles and value enriched in the GATT remain as the foundation of the WTO work, ensuring that spirit of open and fair trade endures. As the world continues to the native, the complexities of globalized economy, the lessons learned from GATT history serve as a testament to the power of international cooperation and collective action in forecasting economic prosperity for all the nations. By acknowledging and appreciating the transformative impact of GATT, we can strive for all a future where trade remains an engine of growth, fostering sustainable development and creating opportunities for the betterment of all. So this is the general agreement of tariff and trade GATT. So thank you.